Let's install a floor box. Here you can see our box is actually above the carpet. We're going to take a sawzall and actually cut it down flush with the concrete so that the top of the box will actually be just below the carpet. That'll be the best height for installation of the brackets. Okay, now we've got the box down, cut where it needs to be, and we've installed the little brackets here. You can see that'll hold the actual ring down to the floor. Okay, now we have the trim ring here. You can see there's this little flange right here by my finger. I don't know if you kind of see it here in the video right there. That will actually sit down over the ground brace here. That way it'll give you kind of a line-up point so you can get the bracket squared away with the floor. And you'll notice my divider is actually cut down just a little bit below. It sits in the box, kind of recessed a little. This trim ring here actually has its own divider that'll fill in that additional space. So you'll be fine to have that trim inside the divider cut a little bit low. Okay, let's go ahead and install this trim ring. Go ahead again and line up the ground tab here, get it set. And then we have some little small countersunk screws here, should be 4 of them. Those will go ahead and screw in, and those screw in independent of the actual cover itself, so we can just go ahead and fasten this ring down. And I'm just getting them in, and then we'll get them screwed down here once I get the screws in. Okay, rim here is down. Let's go ahead and fasten the devices to this cover. I found, kind of as a little side note here, when installing the devices to this cover, you want to use a couple little washers, and I've got some of these. They're like a number 6 washer. Those will actually go between this trim and the device here on these screws. What that does is that sets the face of the device lower so that when this cover is on, these little doors, after everything is installed, you'll be able to shut those easier. Kind of just a little help for the customer so they can access their doors to the plugs a little bit easier. Okay, now we've got the trim on the devices. I don't know if you can see it here. I'll try to flip it up. Those little washers I was talking about, those little 6 washers right in here. Let me get my thumb out of the way. Right there, you can see between the cover and the device. I do 2 washers on the receptacle and 1 on the data. Just holds them down to where now they're flush with the top here. You can see this cover, these doors will actually be able to shut smoothly right over the top of these now. Okay, and the last step is pretty much this notch will line up with that notch in the cover. This will just sit down, double check your wiring, and that's in there. And this cover likewise has the same notch right here. You can see it behind my finger. We'll set right down on top of that, and all you're left to do is simply screw it down. So with these screws, 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that, and we will screw the cover down. Well, there you have it. That's the box. The floor box with the cover, all finished up, covered, looking nice, flush with the carpet. And you can see we have one there, another one here. Quick screw, pop the cover. Ah, of course it would work. Did we ever have any doubts? Just like that.